Good evening, art buddies. You have found Bricolage with Pink Girly, and I'm Pink Girly. Welcome, welcome in. Jacqueline, hello, my dear. I am awake. Oh my goodness. I guess it was about 6 o'clock. I could barely keep my eyes open. I thought, if I'm going to make it at all tonight, I have got to take a nap. I left no time for anything else. I quickly fell asleep. And I set an alarm, but I didn't have the sound up on my phone. My husband just said to me, "What time are you getting up?" I'm like, 8 o'clock. And he's like, "Well, it's 8 o'clock now." So I didn't know why my alarm didn't go off on my phone. Well, I guess it did, but my sound was all the way down. Another brilliant move by Pink Girly. So I'm still kind of yawny, but we'll see what we can do here. So I have purchased some more digitals. So I'm just going to work on this little journal. I'm not really much of a doll person. You know, a lot of times some of the girls really like dolls and paper dolls. And in fact, I was going to send some paper dolls to Jacqueline. I don't know if I ever sent those. Sharon, hello. Teresa, hello, my dear. How are you feeling? Yeah, I was thinking about going on earlier today, but I had my eye appointment and it was later than the others and it just didn't work out. And I thought, oh well, we'll just see how I am at 8. Hi Linda. Hello, hello. You're sore? Aw. Other than that, you're hanging in there, I hope. So this digital, I don't know even know what they called it, but I got it from Etsy. Let me show you the pages I've already printed. I just thought this would be a cute size. I printed 4 on a page, so then I could fold them and get this. So it's like, half of an 8.5 by 11. And they're the shop that has these. I think he called it Whimsical Dolls. I guess I should have looked at that, but I closed Etsy down, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. Called Digital Fit, FIT, Digital Fit. And so these are the little images here. I just thought they were cute. They're kind of like almost like that Gothic couple, that famous painting. The farmers with the pitchfork, they kind of have that look to it to me. So some of them I cut out, and some of them I'm going to see if I can use them as pockets. And I double-sided printed them. So I just thought they were different. And then in between these pages, I'm going to put I have some avocado dyed book pages. I'll show you those in a minute. But I think I want to put some napkins on those. That's what I'm going to mostly work on tonight, I think. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? So some of these, I think I wanted them the other way. I want this in the center. So some of them I printed and then started cutting them out. So I want to ink the edges. I should ink these. These are going to get stitched. I'm going to stitch around these pages. Did I do this right now? Let's see. I wanted that in the middle. So you can see some of these I've cut out. And then these other ones, I'm not sure how they're going to work or if they're going to work on my pages. But hey, Allie Kay. I'm just going to ink around them and see what happens. So these are just one-sided. So I can either trim them out or, use them as a pocket perhaps. So I have these. Now, this is going to go this way. I'm going to glue that for a little tuck in. So it'd have to be that way. So let me do that right this second. While I'm thinking of it, I was going to do it. I think it's a fun size. I was going to get out the matte medium, but you know what? I didn't do it. I'm just going to see if I can work with my napkins and a glue stick, because a lot of you do that. And I'm going to see how that works first. Then if I have to get out the matte medium, I will. That's not good. I just drug that glue. So I just took a little piece of fabric. It's not the same as on the cover. The cover is just a file folder that I made the same size as the pages. And then I just found this fabric that I thought was fun. Now I'm just sitting here debating whether I want to put maybe one of the dolls on the cover. I'm going to make a couple of yo-yos. I've got some fabric pulled out. Like this is one of them. To make a couple little tiny yo-yos to put on. I might put some lace. And I'll probably do some kind of a tie. Good evening, Joyce. And then, of course, I'll find some kind of fabric to glue down in the center. Now, I did my corners a little different. I don't know if you can see that. I've been cutting them like you would paper, and then they kind of like miter on the corner. But what I'm finding with the fabric is that if you don't get it exactly right, it kind of frays. And then I've got trouble. Oh, I got trouble. So this time I'm just seeing if I have a piece of fabric sitting here that I could show you. I don't know. I mean, I have the fabric I just showed you, but I don't want that to be all wrinkly. La, 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 la. Here's a piece. Here's a piece of this. So, say this was my welcome in, everyone that's coming in. Thanks for coming, stopping in. So say this is my, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that piece. So say this is, my file folder for cardstock. Sometimes, no, I didn't, because it's going to be covered. Oh, you mean when I miter the corners? No, I didn't even think about that. The Fabri-Tac is, I guess I could use, that's a good point though, Allie. I guess I could use the matte medium. But anyway, normally what I would do would be to cut here and cut here. And then, you just fold this in and your book corners are mitered. But I just have been having trouble lately with that. So what I did this time was when I pulled all my fabric around, I have my drink sitting right in a very bad spot, and I'm hoping that I don't knock it over this evening. So what I did was I just kind of pushed these two sides together when I get to the corner. So like my thumbs meet. And then this I just flattened down. And then when I came around, I just stitched. Over it. That's pretty flat. So I think that's going to work for me. That's what I did this time. Anywho, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I just thought I'd fuss around a little bit with this. So now my idea is, I'm going to put in these book pages. I don't really care. I think I want this to be this way. That I can trim. I'm thinking about just putting a little bit of vintage photo on the edge of this fabric. This fabric, the back is not real white, but I'm just going to knock back the color a little bit more with a little bit of this. Now, see, I didn't glue that very well, so I can put some more glue on there. Let's do that too. Now, I could stitch these. Thanks, Allie. I don't. They call them a tomato, something tomato. Let me see. I have the box right here, but I don't know that it says more than that. Sun-ripened tomatoes. So I don't know what you almost like. Looks like a tiger eye. Cool, right? Woohoo! Fun nails. So I was sitting here earlier thinking, yeah, I'll get out the matte medium, and because of course I saw a reel where this girl took she was altering a book, a hardback book, and she put down some, it looked like gesso or paint on her pages. And then she was gluing some of the pages together. Yeah, I know, they're cool, right? Thank you. I guess I won't do every page because I won't be able to do that page. But anyway, I'm not going to do the gesso or anything. I'm just going to do the napkins. And then she put a napkin on it. No, I'm lying to you. She didn't use a napkin. She used sewing pattern tissue paper. You know, the paper when you're a seamstress and you make clothing and you have the pattern. I thought maybe I'd try this instead of getting out the wet stuff. We'll see if it works. So I pulled out a few things. Now, this is not a napkin. This is like a rice paper kind of a deal. But I thought it would look cool with a doll on it. Now, of course, it doesn't match the whole page. So I mean, it doesn't fit the whole page. So I think I'm going to let's give it a little tear. That looks like it's, well, I guess I don't think it looks upside down. Upside down. I think I want to put that fairly close. And then maybe I want to deco the edge of my page here as well. So let me get my nifty little ruler here. I'm just going to try to get a smidge off here. So how is everyone this evening? My eye doctor gave me the okay to put in my contact lenses. I haven't done it yet. Thought I would wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh, I'm not getting that little tiny edge. So let's ink this. Of course, I'm just using the Distress Ink Vintage Photo because it's my fave. And then I think I want to find some other pages to add in. This probably will get a little too fluffy, this journal, but that's okay. And maybe just these pages will be enough. I'll see what it looks like, but right now I'm thinking I might need a little bit more. So as you can see, this is a little larger than what I need, but that's okay. I'm just going to, I wonder if I want to ink that. I'm just going to glue this down. Now, I was originally thinking if I use the matte medium, I'll have these pages sitting all over, my desk area here. But now I'm doing it this way. Now, somewhere on my desk, I know I have. Let's just use this. Let's put this down. Maybe I should just, so I know how far to put the glue. Just do the glue to the fold line. I saw this, I know you can buy this anywhere, but I saw this glue somewhere in Europe where we were. I wasn't sure about the price, and I thought, oh, a lot of the girls use that brand, so I picked it up. This is the first time I think I've had this brand. Does anybody here use this? I don't even know how to say it. Yoo-hoo? You, I don't know. Yes, these are press-on nails. I just saw that comment. They're not really, well, I just glue them on myself. They're called nail dashes. A manicure in a dash. I didn't get that especially. Well, that's not going to come up too easy. Let's just let it go. Oh, it is, Linda? Okay, cool. That's good to know. Now, see, I didn't do it real great there, so we're going to have to put a little something else right there. I think that looks good right there. That's almost the right size. Maybe I'll see. I have plenty of lace. We'll see what else I have. So now I'm just going to do this one side at first, see how I like it, and then decide. Now, see, I've got all my little bits here. Maybe I want this on a page where I have like this. Where I can see more of that edge. Maybe I don't have to be that fiddly, but anyway, so let's see how the rest of it goes. Let's see. Let's just see. So here's another one. Oh, this one has I promptly glued that together. Lovely. I don't have my cloth scissors cutters here. Let's see. I don't know if these are sharp enough to cut this. Hi, Lucia. How are you? Nice to see you. Is anybody working on anything tonight, or is everybody just kind of relaxing? The Phillies are in Miami, and I checked the score before I came out to my desk. So things are looking good, but you never know. Sometimes the bullpen comes in and it all goes wrong. All right, I'm just trimming that fabric a little bit. Now, see, I was thinking, I wonder if I could scoot that in. No, I don't think I like the way that looks. Thinking about putting this napkin on like this. So all that's going to do is, oh, really? Who are they playing, Allie? Are they on the West Coast? Ah, San Diego. We had that last week. It's horrible. It's horrible. Okay. So I'm thinking I want to just glue this down. Now, I didn't get out any plastic wrap, which a lot of times that's what I'll do. But see, that I think works maybe easier with the wet glue. So I'm just going to see. And it's not going to be perfect. I get that. And you know what? I'm okay with that to a certain degree. Now, I guess sometimes I think I've seen some of the girls put the glue on the napkin, but I'm going to put it on the paper. And I think I'm going to do half the page. I want to really get my edges. I think a lot of times for me with the glue stick, I don't put enough glue. I tend to be a little a little cheesy, not a little what's the word I'm looking for? I don't put enough on. I do put enough on. So I'm just going to drop it, stretch it. Now, hopefully this will dry clear. It's supposed to, I believe. But I did have some purple glue not too terribly long ago that didn't dry clear. So we'll see. So I thought this might give the pages a little bit of a fabricy, cozy kind of look. I don't want to be too rough because I don't want my napkin to tear. Now, let's see. I'm going to press it from this side. It is very warm here today. My husband's always cold, so he hates. I'm going to just cut off a lot of the bulk here. And then I'm going to let this dry really well before I take off the rest. He's always cold. So I don't know if he's got the air conditioner on or not, but Mama Lori is hot. All right. I do have more of this napkin, but I hate just throwing that away. I'll keep the big piece for right this moment. Now I'm going to let this dry really well and then fold it. I might have gotten that a little too thick there, kids. It is coming through a little bit, even though it's not. Hey, Debbie, hi. Good evening. Frugal. Yes, frugal. That's it, kid. That's the one. That's what I was trying to think of. Cheap with my supplies. I don't kind of chinchy and cheap and frugal. Frugal's a good word. I remember when I was just starting to date my husband, and I would say to my mom, but he's so cheap. And she said, Lori, he's very frugal. That's not a bad thing. I don't know. Autocorrect just does the craziest things, doesn't it? All right, I'm sitting that off to the side. I kind of like that day 15 page. This page, I've got another, it kind of looks like it needs to be deckled because it didn't come out of the book that great. The Last Prince of Ireland, that's what this is out of. So let's leave this one go. I saw something else that I liked on a reel. That I might try on that deckled page. I'm very thirsty. I made a big batch of pea soup, and I think it made me really thirsty. All right, so this napkin is a little different because it's like a whole scene. Isn't that cool? So I think this will look cool in the book. So I've got the same design, top half, bottom half. So let's just trim. Top half off. I think all the layers are off of this. I don't think it could be another layer. I'm not sure. No, I think it's good. Maybe I'll take it. That might look nice with the flowers off to the side. Maybe I'll put it on this way. All right. Now let's see. Maybe I'll try to spread this out a little better. I could have gotten my guest paste out, but I happened to see this on my desk, so this is the way I'm going. So today I joined someone that I purchased digitals from. They're called the Porch Print, my Porch Prints, and she's got a group where you can join, and she's got some freebies. I mean, I won't use all the freebies, but some of them are kind of cute. So if you are on Facebook and you like that kind of thing, you might want to check her out. I don't know if Debbie has a. Debbie, do you have a Facebook group or some kind of a group dedicated to your digitals? I don't want to not mention Debbie's digitals because hers are fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, let's see. We'll just drop that down. Give it a little tug. I don't know if I told you. Hey, Cal. Hi. I don't know if I told you about my son and his ferret. My son moved into a new place. Did I tell you this? A Facebook page, but not a group as of now. Okay. Um, so if you're thinking about digitals or you're looking for some digitals that you might like to use, don't forget to check out Debbie's because they're really great. And the porch print ones are very nice too. And these little doll ones I said earlier, Digital Fit is the name of the Etsy shop. Now, I know I told a couple of you personally about my son and his ferret. So I'll just go ahead and tell it again. If I told it before, there probably will be replayers or somebody who hasn't heard this, but it's just kind of like you can't make this stuff up, right? Well, he's liking to decorate a little bit more. He's wanting to. He doesn't have a lot of space. It's a very small place, but he's finding it very comfortable. And he's got this little tube thing on the floor for his ferret to play. But right after he first moved in, now he's only been there a couple weeks, right? And my nephew had gone over and another buddy to watch the Eagles football game. And the ferret's, running around just like it's a dog, he just lets it roam. And he noticed that he hadn't seen it. He hadn't seen the ferret for a little while. So then he starts looking for her. He can't find her anywhere. This is a very small apartment. So now it's close to 3 hours. He hasn't been able to find the ferret. Then he hears scratching in the ceiling. She got up into the ceiling. Here in the kitchen, when you close the doors under the sink, the doors were closed, but there was a little piece of wood, that hooks to the floor. Well, there was a hole that he didn't realize. The ferret got in the hole, so he might have even realized she got in behind those doors. I'm not sure about that. But what he didn't know is that to the back of the behind the sink, there was a hole in the what do you call that? What do you call the boards? The sheetrock. There was a hole in the sheetrock. And the ferret got in the hole in the sheetrock, went up the wall, got up to the ceiling, and couldn't find her way out. So she's frantically scratching in the corner of the kitchen. He had to cut a hole in the ceiling. Oh my gosh. He was there a couple of days. So he called his dad. He said, "Dad, can you come over and help me? I'm not quite sure how to fix this, but I gotta cover up that hole." So he went over. My husband went over last Thursday. And they went to Lowe's and got some wood. He doesn't think there's any other holes in the apartment that he knows about. He hasn't fixed the ceiling yet. He will do that, but just in case he finds some other way to get up there. Ferret is fine. The hole in the ceiling is fixable. In some ways, I say only my son, right? I mean, it's just some of the stuff that goes on. All right, so now this, of course, is damp. I want this to dry really well. All right. So then that's going to be folded. So I'm going to put that one aside as well. So that's, I think, 3 I have that are. Now, see this? has a little bit of a tear here, so it's already kind of deckled. He doesn't. He just has the sink, I think, Debbie. It's all open. I'm trying to remember, but I could mention that to him just in case it's not. I'm not remembering. I think it might just be the sink there. Is it all open? Because I think he was saying he needs to get a cabinet. Oh, really, Kel? What happened? That was awesome. We love awesome. We love awesome. All right, I'm gonna tear this a little bit more. I don't know if I can remember how I did this. Yeah, I'm not really remembering, but it's worth me mentioning it. That's for sure. He could check it. That's certainly for sure. All right, now I had some other papers that I was thinking I could use here. Yeah, with this green. I guess Kel's typing. Hey, hey, Lala, how are you? What? Oh, Kellyanne, a guy in my class bought me a printer to replace my broken one. How wonderful. Oh, see, now to that I say, well, thank the Lord. Praise the Lord. That's wonderful. He also thinks he might be able to replace your computer. That's swell. Woohoo. All right, so this gal was working in a composition book type journal, a composition book that she made into a journal. And she tore off a page like that, and then she layered other pages underneath. She did, I think, like 3. I know I sent it to Jacqueline, I think. We may have lost Jacqueline. This is her bedtime. She gets up with the crack of dawn. Yes, definitely. Praise the Lord for answered prayer. And we should journal that and write that down. We don't want to forget this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to ink this. Because I kind of want to see this line. Maybe I should do the top as well. Don't you just love little journals that you can hold in your hand and you can stuff them full of goodies? Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Good evening. Now, what I have to be careful of is that I want to make sure this doesn't go beyond my book pages. So let me get a book page just so I don't. And it doesn't have to be like the other gals. It can just be however I'm going to do it, right? However, now this is paper Jacqueline dyed, which I just love. Maybe I want to put it this way. And then I'm going to tear this. I think maybe I'll make it straight. One of my great nephews was in the ER earlier today. Little Holden had a cold. His mom took him to the doctor and they sent them to the ER because his oxygen level was low. So he had to have be put on a nebulizer. Poor little guy. It's just been feeling cruddy. Now this page, these pages are a little smaller than the printed pages. So I got to zhuzh that a little bit. Oh, thanks, Lala. Yeah, he was doing, I mean, they released him and all earlier. He was doing better. I'm glad Kate took him because sometimes, with a cold, you just don't think about it. You think, oh, it's just a cold. So thankfully, she took him. So this is where I want to glue this. Now I want to make sure I get, now let's just take a moment to, well, see, I'm going to end up getting glue on something I don't want. Um, All right, I'm just going to, I didn't pay attention to the reel, did I? Not well enough to figure out how that girl did it. But it was so cool. I think she used 3 different levels, like layers of paper. And it really looked cool. I'm just trying to get this lined up so it's not crooked and it's the same size as my book. This. Oh, really, Lala? My husband had one for years. I don't think he has it now, but he's an adult. So I don't know if we're going to have to get one for him. He's not asthmatic. So my husband's asthmatic. So, all right. So this side doesn't look so great, but this side I think kind of looks cool. So then what I'm going to do is use one of my printed cards. Now, I'm sure these are all, I've already got these. I don't think there was that many different images in with this digital kit. The girls have allergies. Yeah. Yeah, it is scary, especially when they're little. And he's not, oh, she's so cute. He's not really talking yet. He just was a year old in April. So, all right, maybe we'll do this. I don't want to tear much. Yeah, they're cute images, aren't they? I just want to take a little bit off. I have a hard time tearing just a little bit. Let's see. Now, don't be horrified if a nail pops off. I rushed to put them on earlier today. I've had little trouble. If I don't take my time and give my glue a chance to dry really well, because I use my hands so much, I knock them off sometimes. When they feel like your own nails when you put them on and they're on and glued very nicely and securely. But if they start to loosen it all, boy, they just feel so weird. to trim it here. I want to offset a little bit. Maybe I'll put some lace or something on the bottom here. Okay, I think that might be good. I love that green paper. Oh, wow. Oh, 25 and 20. Yeah. So my husband has decided to have his foot surgery. I don't know if I mentioned that. So things will be a little different here for a while. He's going to have that December 5th. I'm not sure what my streaming schedule will be like at that point because he will not be able to put any weight on his foot, his surgical foot. Flower child. Um, for 12 weeks. Oh, let's do this. Let's mark it. I don't want to waste some. I don't want to waste glue. First of all, a couple little lines here. And total healing is, gosh, like 6 months to a year. So we've got that scheduled. He's probably getting ready for bed. I'll have to ask him to turn that fan up. So I'm just going to use my fabric fix here. I'm just going to do a simple 3 pamphlet stitch to put these pages as signature in the journal. Just kind of zhuzhing that a little bit. Somebody had said the word zhuzh. I know, right, Cynthia? It is a long time. It's going to have to use one of those, like a knee chair, it's got the wheels on it, and you just bend your knee. Then he looked at something else online where you put you bend your leg and your knee goes in it, but it looks like a prosthetic and it looks like a regular leg. So I don't know if he's going to think about something like that too. Now, see that? I wanted that to stick up a little bit because I didn't want that to show. So let's ink that. Something else might go there, girls. I don't know. Lori doesn't like that white stuff showing too much. All right, so now when this dries, I'm going to trim that off. We'll do some kind of lace here. So that's the back part of this because I wasn't crazy about how the back looked, And that's kind of decorative. I might just leave that. We'll see. Honey, would you put that fan on high for me when you go out? Thanks. It's not cool outside, right?
No.
Okay. All righty. So then I've got that. Let's see how these are. I don't know where my this feels kind of dry. That blue dried clear. That looks pretty good. I think I can trim that. Cut off this excess. So, Kel, when will you get your new printer? All right, I'm trying to trim this without, I don't want to cut my page. A little shave here. Hi, Jessie. She's making me a TV star. All right, let's fold this. All right, so I want this to go this way. Now I need another page. Let's trim this. It's nice to see you all this evening. Sometimes I don't wake up so well from a nap and I just feel like don't be deceived, Allie. They're not all equal. They Some of them are really cheap. Like I tried some called Curve Life, I think. Now the Curve Life glue is really terrific. But the nails when they came, they didn't look like the pictures online. The coloring was not good and all that jazz. This brand my sister sells, and they cost a little more, nowhere near like it does for um, you know going to a salon, but they are a little more expensive than some you can find online because some of them are only just a couple of bucks. Now Jacqueline was wearing some that are like a sticker. But these are just like, well, they do have some that are acrylic. These are plastic, but they just feel like a regular, nail you'd get at a nail salon, really, for the most part. So when I went to the eye doctor the first time, the gal that took me back to, let's see, I want to get something to see the doctor. I had the sparkly pink and green ones on at the time, and she admired them. Because if you've ever gone to the nail salon to get any of that fancy stuff, hey, Pam, hi. That can be a little costly. But anyway, I feel bad saying this because Kel's a manicurist. But anyway, this works for me. And so she admired my nails. So then when I went last week, I gifted her some because you get a lot of them in this box, and I usually don't wear them a second time. And so I thought, I'm going to take some for that young girl. So I took them. I don't know. I just like to do it. She was out sick. I was so disappointed. She was out sick. Oh, really? You've tried the stickers? But the stickers, you don't get any length with. Now these aren't real long, but you don't get any length with them, right? They just actually go on. I think that's what I don't like about it. Yeah, I don't have that. I'd rather buy art supplies than put that kind of money in my nails. So I've been using these for several years now. And if there's any kind of design, it's just all included. And this, you get the glue. You get the glue. I have a couple of kits up here. Well, I show you the one. Where did she go? Where did I put her? Ripened tomatoes. I can't believe how quickly I can lose something on this. Well, if you saw my desk, you would say, "Yeah, we understand why, Lori, because your desk, your desk is a mess. Your desk is a." Oh, they fell down. Here they are. So it shows you the nails here, and then inside you got a little two-sided sander. You do. Oh, thanks for saying that, Pam. So you get all these nails. You get all these nails, an orange stick, your glue, and a two-sided sander. So there's plenty left over. But I have they don't double up. So I don't, and you can cut and sand these as well. But I don't want to take the time. I just don't want to take the time to do it. And they've got all kinds of design. Well, between me and my, don't even get me started. I've got a whole drawer full of them. Candy, hi, Candy. How nice to see you. Oh, that's nice, Lala. That's nice. Got somebody in the family that can do it. That's cool. Um, yeah, so my neighbor Betty and I used to go get our nails done. She didn't do this kind. She would just get a manicure, and then we would get our toes done. But then she got too frail to go. So we kind of gave that up. See, now I'm thinking I'm going to put a doll like that. Maybe put her on there like that. I think, I think I couldn't say exactly, Allie, but I think there's around 25. Yeah. You want to see again? Yeah, comes with the glue. If you want to talk to my sister, she'd answer any of your questions, that's for sure. But see, you get glue, an orange stick. You get, now these, of course, I've got 10 on. This is left over from the 10. So I think there's about 25. Of course, I use that one, but there's usually a nail there too. And then you get the little buffer, the little sander thing to prep your nails. The directions are on the back. I've got other ones up here. I don't know what other ones I have. Hold on, you might see my little booble there. I see this one's. What one's this one? I'm sorry. Nobody, everybody else probably doesn't. Ryan, you like the strawberry? Well, they're supposed to be tomatoes. See, here's a teal set. They're just plain, but they have ones that have designs on them too. Hello, Brian. I should have said hello first. And I have another box up here. Oh, these are a cool color. I forgot I had these. Yeah, they're called ripened tomatoes, I think, that red set. These are almost like, it doesn't look like it on screen. These are like a periwinkle. But I have some that have designs on them. Santa hats and, all kinds of jazz. Anyway, I digress. So I'm thinking about putting her there. And I've got other pages. I thought the green paper would look nice. I might use another piece of that. So I'm not sure I'm ready to commit for her to be there. But I need to ink the top of her head. Now, when I cut this out, I just snipped right through. Well, I didn't do her arm, but sometimes it's fiddly to get in those little spaces. But if I'm going to glue something down, I just go ahead and cut. They're just darling though, aren't they? Okay. So I think I do like her there. I'm going to go ahead and put her. Oh, you were looking on the site. Yeah, so you can see all the different styles. I find them very comfortable. They stay on pretty well for me. Once I get them on correctly, they stay on well for me. Oh, I wasn't thinking I would glue her whole head down, but there you go. Busy talking. I put a little glue on those little flowers. Now, even though these are small, okay, Lala, nice to see you. Yeah, take care. Um, I like things that stick out on the pages, whether it be lace or fabric or, whatever, paper, doesn't really matter. Um, but so I might put some fabric tabs. Oh, thanks, Lala. I appreciate that. And so I've got this little I've got another whole half sheet of green too. So I might do something like this. And then I've got some of my inspirational words sitting here. I might go ahead and put some of that on. So I don't know that I need to do that right this moment, but I want to remember that I want to put this here. Sorry for the nail chat. Whoops. I don't want to lose my bone folder. Now, on a page like this, I might stamp some like script writing. I just really like that. And then I was thinking I could do some kind of a pocket with some of these pages, or some of these printouts. But okay, did I leave some pink? Yeah, there's another pink one. Oh, did I? Oh, see, that's the one. That's why I couldn't find it. I put it in the book. I put it in the book. All right, I think maybe. Now, the hard part for me is going to be finding. Now, I don't want to stitch this together yet because I want to stitch around some of these pages. Maybe I want her to be the front. The rabbit I wanted in the center. I know that to be the center. Although that looks pretty cute right there down, doesn't it? I'm going to put that in there. I'm not sure I need additional pages. Now let's see how my other page is drying. Let's see. See, I have that fan on, my ceiling fan on, and that's helping these dry. I know, right, Pam? I got them from Etsy. Of course, they're digitals. And the Etsy shop is called Digital Fit. I bought several from that shop. I've got a couple of these little books started. I have to sneeze. Warning, warning. Ooh, excuse me. Ah. Oh, nice, Debbie. I did buy a couple of. It's a little shaky tonight. I did buy a couple of. I don't really usually do Halloween, although I like to make the books, journals and such. But I can show you a couple of my other ones I printed off. I don't know. Sometimes I think, and then I think, well, I wouldn't mind looking. So maybe other people don't mind looking either. All right, so let's put this around this. So that's a good start, I think. And then it's going to go in here. Now, what I don't know, I haven't decided is I was thinking about maybe putting a couple of these images on the cover. Yes, OPI. I love their polish. And I've got these little bunny rabbits. So I don't know. I haven't decided about that. And then I have to pick a fabric for inside. I'm thinking, so I got to dig through my fabrics and come up with something. I don't think I want the same thing on the inside. I want this maybe a little more plain. So I think I'm going to stop working on this for tonight. So I'm just going to pop all this in. And so I think that'll turn out to be a sweet little journal, if I do say so myself. And then I have one that started with little holiday birds. Same idea. This is a Christmas fabric. Yep, that's a good idea. Oh, Cal. Is it heavy? Oh, I didn't see. Oh, so you got it already? Oh, my goodness, honey. That's wonderful. So this is just some seam binding stuff. I folded it in half and stitched it. Because sometimes when you iron it, it just doesn't, you don't get that crease out, Same deal, file folder. And these are little birds. This is a piece of quilted fabric that Kathy Cal gifted me. So there's our Ange. I was thinking about you earlier, Ange. Was wondering where you were. How you doing, kid? So I want to use that on this page. But let me show you these little guys. Aren't they sweet? Yeah, these pages are smaller, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure these are from the same shop, Digital Fit. They were having a terrific sale. You're okay? Look, I'm really not a bird person, but look how cute. Okay, so like I'm a freak about reels, right? I don't know. I could watch them for hours. And this one fella, I didn't know what was laying on his garage floor, and he put a bird on it. He had like a tablespoon. He was carrying out to the garage. He set that on the garage floor, Um, and then he flipped over what was on the garage floor. Here it was a hummingbird, and it wasn't moving. And so he was petting it, and here he had sugar water in the spoon. And he put the little hummingbird over by the spoon to try to get him to drink, some sugar water. But the little guy was just laying there. He wasn't drinking or anything. So he took his finger and he tried to put some on his beak. He still didn't do anything. Well, then when he looked at him closer, here he had like cobwebs or some kind of fiber all wrapped around his legs, and he couldn't move. So he started to pull that off. He was petting his little tail, and as soon as he got the last little bit of those fibers off, whoop, it took off. So he was okay. All right, Brian says, I do collage still a bit. I used to do it much more a couple of years ago. My eyes are getting all fuzzy recently, so I mostly scrapbook now. Been around any lives I can find that are crafty. Oh, cool. It's nice to have you. We're all about the arts here and creating journals and painting and glue books. And I was at Cassie Street's stream a few weeks back, and his friend was grilling me. Why do I think that might have been you, Brian? I was thinking she was afraid because Kel's got, her hips and her back and all that. I was thinking maybe it was heavy in it or like a big box. It might be hard for her to, maneuver with it. I hope she wasn't afraid in her neighborhood. So I just think the birds in it. We got blank pages here, so I'm thinking I'm going to paint my coffee water on those to kind of match these pages, and then I'll print more of these birds out and glue them on, make some pockets and whatnot. Maybe put some fabric. At least that's the plan. So I thought they were cute. See this little fabric square. And then I think I'll glue this in before I put my inside in so it ties on the edge rather than wraps around, or at least maybe one side so that I can wrap it. You know, Mark it out. You're making a meat collage right now, a two-piece. Oh my goodness. You're very observant, Allie. Miss Sally K. All right, let's see. Very, very thirsty. Very thirsty. Oops, I missed a couple of my doll pictures there. Then I got this one. Now these are different. These are a little different. So I'm thinking about making this. Oops, I think I've got the. Oh yeah, this I printed incorrectly when I did two-sided. Two-sided. I thought these were a different kind of a holiday look, Halloween look. See, I printed this wrong. So this I'll just glue down. I need to find some other pages, but you can appreciate the images. I like that the pages have the writing on them. I thought they were cool. I guess this is another. So I do this one wrong too. Yeah, if I pull them out of my printer a certain way and then put them back in that way, then I get it right. But this one, I got it. Somehow I flipped it. I flipped it. Oh, still. Are you settled in your new place as best as you can be, Candy? Poor Candy's been dizzy for a while. They can't seem to figure out and help her get past it. So maybe I'll find some cats or something. Look at that cat. Ugh. So I thought these are cool. So did you have company? Oh, good job, Ange. Good job. I would guess he's taking images of meats and making a collage out of it. That's what I'm guessing, but maybe not. And then this one, I just started printing some of these, but I kind of like this too. Of course, there's a lot more in this collection. Now, one thing I did do the other day, what's today? Tuesday. So Sunday, when I was on, I was working in my not so everyday journal, and I followed through to some degree. To some degree, I'm going to put my pocket in. Hopefully, it glued down okay. Looks like I got it crooked. Oh well. And I wanted to put my French postcard in there. I think I have a couple other French postcards. Maybe I'll look for a Eiffel Tower thing. I think I have a napkin maybe somewhere. Eiffel Tower. Lori, the boxes are never ending. We have not found our. I have the pot. I have pans, but no, I have pans, but no pots. Oh, sweetie. We still have boxes in the garage. We've been here 10 years and we haven't unpacked. So, oh, it'll all get done as long as you're, functioning and, you know, it'll get done eventually. Yeah, Candy moved. Guess I should trim that maybe. Let's see. This is the one I worked on Sunday. During my Sunday live. Oh, I should cap my glue. I'm well pleased with this. So, you have a storage space 10 by 30 filled to the top. Can't even walk in. Yeah. It's nice you have that available though. So, you don't really have to. Well, maybe you're walking around boxes too. See, I was fussing around with this button when we parted on Sunday. And when I went to glue this button on, this had a shank on it. I finally got that off and sanded it down. And then this button behind here, when I flipped it over to glue it, it totally cracked. So I just glued it anyway. Your clothes, she grew out of her clothes, so you're getting clothes from your clothes didn't make it? Oh, maybe they're still in the storage thing. When we moved here, my husband had, oh yeah, I was going to glue that over to this page. My husband had a whole box of cologne. He was so in love with this cologne, all different kinds. I said, really? You're going to take all that? Yes, I'm taking my colognes. Well, we still haven't found it. So I don't know if it got left in somebody's car or if it got, I mean, we were downsizing, so we were throwing a lot of stuff out, you know? Yeah, I know, Ange. It's tough when we're far away from our close buddies, isn't it? We can't give them a hand. Yeah. All right, this I'm going to leave sit open because that glue comes right through the fabric and I don't want it to glue to this. All right, now that can be put aside. I'll show you a couple more of my, I think I'm crazy with these digitals, but now this one, I haven't printed on the back sides yet. Look, I've got it sitting and I got it all bent now. I mostly got this kit because of this eyeball. Now, here again, I picked, like, I didn't know about this, and I can't do it all the time. It's just certain times the file will give me the option to choose how many images I want to print on a page. And Debbie Epps told me about this. So this is going to eventually get trimmed here and then folded in half to be a page. But I want to print on the back. So I think these are cool. This is really different. See, now if I get it just right, I can print on the back of that even. Aren't they cool? So that'll be another one. And I've got a few more here. I don't want my books to fall off. These girls look like patchworks. Oh, Debbie, yeah. Now, I'm not sure if this is intentional now, or whether I'm just being picky, but if you look at this real close, you can almost see a line. So I don't know if they were working with the file, they didn't, or maybe it's intentional to have that, but this one doesn't have a line. Debbie, you've got a finer eye for this stuff than me. So you can see a line here and a line here. I mean, they're fine, you know? Yeah. The prednisone's making you sweat. Are you feeling hungry? My husband gets hungry when he's on it. So that's that. I think that's all I was going to do tonight, ladies, really. I still have bee stuff that I'm working on. I can't seem to I do have an idea for my bee journal cover. I just have to do it, you know, and I haven't. I haven't done it. So I just have, well, that's pretty full. I got some new packaging from Amazon. Like before, I made some journals out of their paper packaging, and it had like these little puffer things in between two layers. So it's okay. But oh, thanks, Teresa. But now it's coming, and it's just heavier, like brown paper. So I think I'm going to use that for my cover. And I think I want an exposed spine. See, I've got journals sitting all around. And I've just got more ideas for more. I'm hoping tomorrow to sit at my desk and get some stuff done. You know, when you have a doctor's appointment, oh my gosh, this is why I guess we, are retired. So we have time to go to doctor's appointments. I mean, it's just crazy. And I don't really even go to all the ones I should be scheduled for. I've got a list of, well, whatever. See, I need to glue that. I'm going to do that right now too. This is my bird digitals. Well, it's what I call them. That's not what they call them. I'd have to look this one up again. I've got punk rock in here. It's not punk rock. I've got punk in here and these little bird images. This is a fabulous digital kit. Oh, they should, Ange. Yeah, we're excited too. I'll glue that down. Oh, that's sad, isn't it, Joyce? 47 years. Oh, my goodness. I have to look through this and try to remember what I was going to do. Oh, I've got some other stuff here. Okay. Does anybody else do this? You clip stuff together and you have ideas and then you sit it somewhere, it gets buried, and then you forget what the heck you were going to do. I think these pages need to be inked. I don't necessarily like to ink the pages, but I like how it looks. This is going to be a flip up. See, this was another one I printed incorrectly. So I can't use it this way because it doesn't work. Oh yeah, I've already got this one. I love this owl. He looks like a pocket, but he's not. I should really stitch on this as well. Figure out some things to maybe cut out. Kind of basic, but the yeah, necessary evil. Inking is a necessary evil for sure. Is that what, did I not say steampunk? I know I said punk rock, but yeah, steampunk. That's it, baby. Thank you. It's getting late. It's getting late. All right, I'm going to fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. That's the Philadelphia football team. That's our song. Okay, so there you have it. That's it for me for tonight. I will start all over again in the morning with some of this jazzmatazz around my desk. And maybe if I leave this here, I'll get this finished. Wouldn't that be nice? Anywho. So that's it for me. Thanks for coming in. Gosh, it was so nice to see you all. Have a good rest of your evening. I guess for some of you, it's earlier in the evening, so you've got a little bit to go. I'm thinking of Pam out there on the West Coast. It was nice for Brian to drop in and have a little chat with us. Maybe we'll see him around a little bit more. And I think I promptly put Jacqueline asleep. Oh, it's only 7 for Ginger, cat lady. Are you coming on tonight, Pam? In a little while? Pam's usually on for me on the East Coast in the wee hours of the morning. I usually catch her when I get up to go to the potty. Debbie says, today we saw a story about a group of seniors living in an RV park that had storm damage to their homes. In 3 hours. Okay, 3 hour tour, a 3 hour tour. She's up so early though. Her body clock is zoned in on that early wake up call. Yeah, what'd she say to me the other? She wanted to go to Kellyanne's last night. And she said, what time is Kel coming on? I said 9. And she says, oh, that's really late. I said, it's really late for children, but not for adults. Yeah, she's been getting up earlier for that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's not sleeping well. We don't sleep well all the time, do we? Anywho, let me scoot. Bye. All right. So if you're up and about, check out the Ginger Cat Lady. She'll be doing some art a little later on. And I hope to see you all on Thursday morning if you're available. The only stream time I seem to be able to keep is 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning. So I'll see you in a few days, if not around town, if you will. So yes, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's hard to say without my well, it's hard to say with my teeth in these days. So there's that. Anywho, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you also very much. Replayers, thank you for coming in as well. Don't forget, Lala's been reminding us this evening, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I would appreciate that so very much. So until next time, don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Until next time, bye-bye for now.